Informatica is for the service for the small entrepreneurs and the who especially you just start the business and you need the financial access. So we make it offering some solutions as a finance solution to make it that you to access finance easily. Okay, let's start from first agenda. So today's topic is the business loan. So we will introduce some benefits and the benefits and comparison with the banks and money lenders. Okay, this is maybe also the repeated, the always common theme for every webinar. So overall, we have several options for accessing finance, especially for small business owners. First option is debt, and second is equity, and third one is subsidiary. So you can choose among these options, and everything has a pro and cons, and so it depends on your business phase and size and your business model itself. Especially today, we focus on the debt, and as we are, I mean, the Informatica, we are money lenders, and we offer in the business loan itself. It be categorized as a debt. So usually the debt, actually the business loan, there are typical three offering institutions. First one, typical one is banks. This is the biggest institution, and a bank's loan is most access. How can I say the biggest size and the biggest entity, and there are some pro and cons. And second offerer is the money lenders, and we have offering a relatively small size and a little bit more high interest rates, and they're more easy to access than banks usually. And third one is P2P lenders. So they are the digital platform, and this is crowdfunding. So they are the platform between the lenders and borrowers. So that's the three institutions who offer in the debt. So usually the debt as a business loan has this kind of features. The comparison with the equity, you can find some benefit. So you can keep your ownership and also flexible use of your funds and predictable for the repayment. It depends on the loan schedule, and you can build up your credit if you successfully repayment back. And also usually the process will be clear, so it's quite fair and quick, relatively quick access to the funds. But we have several institutions, different type. So the typical one is banks, and the other one is money lenders, as we are. So we can find out what's the differentiation between these two institutions. So actually, this is also the repeated the same theme of the last one, but it is so important. So we emphasize in this differentiation. So basically, the banks is criteria is very strict, and the approval process is long. And so on the other hand, the interest rates is lower because of the usually they given your offer, they offering the loan size is big. So it's vice versa. But overall, the accessibility is limited because you need to clear all the high requirements. So usually accessibility is low. But the money lenders is almost opposite. So criteria is simpler, and the approval process is shorter. On the other hand, the loan size is small, but in the end, the interest rate is higher. So overall, compared with the banks and the lenders, accessibility is high. So being Informatica, we are categorized in the money lenders, especially among all the money lenders, we have more specifically have some unique solutions, such as we focus on small business owners, and we try to be simplified for the process or requirement itself. And we use a psychometric test as a process. So we have an additional score for the small business owners, and we use a digital platform, so you have a very limited necessity to visit our office. So overall, we offering the high accessibility than other money lenders. That's the differentiation from the others. Yeah, so this is a summary again, and as we recommended us to the small business owners because of these features. And when you start the business and you starting from the small working capital, so if you need the access finance, please visit us as a money lender and be Informatica. And we started from the small size of loan, usually 10,000 ringgit, and then shorter process and quick process, usually 3 to 5 working days, and then limited documents requirement. Also, relationship, and it's quite important. So we open the communication always, and when you face in trouble, we highly recommend it to have some more opportunity to communicate with us and to try to find the solutions. Okay, so today we use more statistic than before. So this is the statistics from the US. Then, so this shows the loan approval rates depends on the institutions, especially the banks and large banks and small banks and money lenders. So obviously, the money lenders' approval rate is higher than the banks, and as I explained, the because of requirements is lower than banks, then automatically the approval rate is higher. This is US, but here is some statistics in Malaysia. So this shows the percentage of the banking loan or line of credit. So in this statistic shows the large company have more accessibility for the bank's loan or line of credit. So it's obviously the large firms have a more credibility or more elements to fulfill the requirements of the banks. So that's vice versa. So it shows the small business have some less data or less credibility and to fulfill the bank's loan. So it shows we highly recommend the small business owner to come to the money lenders, especially for being Informatica. And then we focus on this kind of necessity, and we try to offer in the requirement is eligible for the small lenders, a small business. And so, yeah, this is also the depends on the business size and flexibility of the loan requirements. And the credit, okay, so working capital of the finance by the banks, and obviously the large company has a more higher accessibility for the working capital. And this is the survey for the World Banks. Also, this is the another statistics, and so this shows the banks and money lenders comparison. Then, as I mentioned, as money lenders offering the smaller size and shorter size, and then less document than banks. And we require the less credit score. I mean, then it shows that we can offer in the higher accessibility for the small business owners. Actually, money lenders usually use the CETOS as a credit score, and then we, especially Bioinformatica, we use a psychometric as well as CETOS, and to give it the additional points of the credit score. And again, for this is the process, and it's quite easy. This is Bioinformatica process, and so please visit our website and fill into the form and necessary information. And usually we take in the process and 2 to working 3 days, and it's quite shorter compared with the banks. We try to give it then the flexibility, but it very depends on the person to person. So it's some person to takes a lot more days because of to not enough to preparing the documents. So I hope if you apply the loan, you before application you can carefully to watch our website and to check your requirements. Some documents, even us, we require some documents. So please prepare these documents and in digital form or taking a photo, then very smoothly to upload it to our website for this kind of necessary information. That's the key points to make it shorter or processing time. As the loan size, and so here in Bioinformatica, we have 2 categories, 2 sides of the loan. The first, if you are beginner, I mean the first applicants, we recommend it to access the Choto loan. So Choto means a Japanese and small, a little, and so you can start from a small loan up to the 10K. And if you successfully to repay on this Choto loan after 1 year, then you can graduate and you can access the Motto loan. Motto also that in Japanese and means more. So we can give it more flexibility up to 50K than the bigger size of loan. And so finally, we mentioned about the relationship for we before application, after disbursement, in both process, we try to make some opportunity to creating the contact with each borrowers. And so we conducting the interview during the application process, and we need to talk and to each borrowers to how much they understood this contract, also the risk management, also how much confidence for your business management. This kind of we asking during the interview. And also after disbursement, we still continue, depends on the occasion, we still continue for the consultation or communications, especially when you're in the trouble. We suggest to have some meeting and to find out, to exchange information, to find out your current situation. And depends on situation, we try to find out the solutions. All right. Question. Hmm? Is this? Oh, no, someone joining us, right? Okay. Oh, okay. So, the today's topic is what's the differences the banks and money lenders. And actually, in the last, we raise the, how can I say, caution, and please cautious for the loan sharks. You know, the loan sharks is another name is alon in Malaysia. So alon is you can recall the so many accidents and incident, harassment, a lot of things that happen in a newspaper. So they are usually illegal lenders without any license, and there are some they charge extra interest rates, the more than the legal limitation at the up threshold. Also, sometimes some harassment, intimidation, or violence. So they are completely illegal. So those are the loan sharks, the feature. So we asking all of you to avoid the loan sharks, and there are some checkpoints. So please check choose the legitimate money lenders. So please visit their website and to check their license number and license and as a money lenders. We are all legitimated licensed under KPKT. So please check this part, and also the please check interest rates. And so in Malaysia, the threshold it's 18% per annum. So so please check in when you sign the contract, please check the interest rates is above this threshold. You don't need to check. You don't need to sign the agreement. It's illegal. And also the reputation reviews, and please check in the Google, and so they have some comments from audience, testimonies, and there you can find any the real comments on their website, the online platforms or SNS and whatever. Also, you need to check the document. Definitely, the legal money lenders, we have to offer in the documents as the the borrowers agreement between the lenders and borrowers. The both sides need to sign, and we need to submit the commissioner of oath. So everything's need to be written in the documents. So that's for sure. So if you don't receive any documents and it's illegal lenders, so those are the checkpoints, and you can avoid loan sharks. Okay. Okay. Any questions?
Hello, sorry to bother you, but I have one question
Mm-hmm.
regarding on the loan shark.
Mm-hmm.
So, if I realize that after signing the contract that it is a loan shark, what do you think is the better way to deal with this? Deal with it like after the contract, or it's just real if I realize that it is a loan shark.
Completely, you don't need to repay back, and you don't need to sign. Oh, after the signing the contract, usually they don't have any contract, I believe. And even after your contract, if you find it illegal, you can report it to the KPKT, as the KPKT is the authority of these money lenders, all the companies. So they have some investigation functions in their department. So if they find it, they can how screwed, and also they dispatch the staffs to the office and to find out they are illegal. They need to report to the police. So I recommend it to, if you find this is illegal, so stop the payment definitely, and you don't need to follow any request from the lenders, and also you need to report to KPKT and police.
Okay, understood. Thank you.
Right. I know sometimes even legal lenders, they do two service. One is the legal service, another one is illegal service. That's really confusing for you, I mean, for the normal borrowers, because you think this is legal lenders, but actually they're offering illegal service. That's why you need to check your documents. Then if you usually illegal service doesn't have documents because it is the proof of the illegal service, I believe. But definitely you need to request the documents first, and you need to carefully to check the documents. It's especially the charge, interest, and also you need to check the penalty rates. Penalty rates also have the limitation 8% per annum. So if they charge more than 8%, this is also illegal. So these two checkpoints, interest rates and penalty charge, and this is a two checking points on the documents. Also, yeah. So basically, I know in Malaysia a lot of illegal lenders and illegal service. So it's quite annoying, and yeah, but be careful and protect yourself, and that's for sure. Okay. So let's continue. The another agenda is to how to record a business loan in the bookkeeping. I believe this topic is also we already covered in the first webinar, but it is also very important to be repeated again. So why it is important to record the business loan? So because before and after, especially before applying the loan, so you need to make plan first. Then you need to know your cash flow, and in this case, you need to do the financial analysis, and you need to know your income and expenses and buffer. Then you can finally make decisions. Because of you need to set your total amount of borrowing money within your buffer, because every month you need to repay some amounts, the same amounts, but it's within your buffer. Also, you need to cover your life cost or business cost. So definitely be careful. You you need to calculate, you need to figure out of your buffer. That's why you need the financial analysis, and that's why you need the bookkeeping. Okay, so how to record? So there are step one, so both income and expenses. So here is loan liability and loan credit, and should be recorded. So income, expenses, bond, both you need to record. So here is a sample of the Excel. Usually we provide in Excel. If you need this Excel, please let us know. Then we always offering you. Then every day, this is the daily work, like a diary. And so whenever you have in this business or household, you have the description, and then you need to record for the expenses and income. Okay, step two. In the end of the month, so you need to record all the following items. And this is the during the month also. So in this case, actually, if you the payer, you need to record to payment, loan interest payments, and loan payments principal. Yeah, it is the interest and the loan principal itself. It can be differentiated, and it's quite clearly you can understand which is the cost and which is the principal. Principal is originally you already use your principal, right? So you receiving the cash as a principal, but we charging the interest depends on the depends on your contract. We, as a money lender, we charge in some interest to your principal, you know. So then if you record it for this principal separate from the interest, you can be very clearly to understanding that the repayment constructions structures. So in this case, the how can say the principal itself 235.37 as a principal, and then this in this case the interest is 50 ringgit. So then it's quite clearly to you can figure out of the structure of your payment. Oh, okay. So today that's all the contents. I hope as your business owner, I highly recommend it to keep the bookkeeping as this necessity. And if you continue like 6 months, more than 6 months, and definitely I believe you can be a good management. You can do the good financial management of your business itself, and you can figure out the average income per month and the average expenses per month, then average buffer in a cash in your hand in every month. Then you can find out which amount you can repay back per month. Then you can calculate for 12 times more than total amounts you can borrow money from us per year. So that's the calculation method. And so let's start for the bookkeeping from today. It's quite interesting, and you didn't expect it any more than you can find more than you expected. It's really like habitants, and so you need to keep every day. Let's gain in your credit, and let's gain in more let's access more bigger loan in gradually. Then we believe you can make the business growth and maintain a good credit score in the end. All right, thank you so much. So from here now on, Anissa, I back to you.
Okay, so thank you so much, Ms. Fumiko, for your wonderful presentation. So I believe the info is really helpful for us because in Malaysia, shark loans is really famous, and I believe that most business owners really wanted to avoid shark loans. So the inputs regarding on how to differentiate licensed money lenders, shark loans, and also banks is really helpful for us. So I guess we are in the fun part, which is the quick Q&A session. So you can raise any questions, whether it is related to our topic or not. We will answer your question and any of your inquiries.
Please feel free to ask in any questions. If you're thinking to apply loan or not only loan, any financial issues, and let us know.
Yes. So any questions, guys?
Hello, I do have one question to ask.
Please.
Okay, so basically this is just my personal concern.
Mm,
So I think, in my opinion, someone with a good financial capability but
mm.
having a small financial capacity is the one who can maximize the usage of the loan and the benefits from it. So basically, they have a good understanding and also they are skillful in managing their finance. And also, the challenge that they face in the meantime is that they just don't have enough money to grow their business, right? So, for me personally, I can say I'm not quite confident to take the loan in the bigger amount to finance my business and also my working capital, because I can say I don't have confidence in my knowledge and also skill in managing the finance. So may I ask your advice regarding on this? Should I just continue to seeking for the loan, although I can say my financial knowledge and skill are not good enough to maximize the usage and the benefits from the loan that I took?
Okay. Yeah, I can imagine for your concern if you are first time apply loan, everything is requires some experience, but I just recommend it for the first time and to first you can equip some financial literacy. As today we mentioned about the first of all, you need to start to grasp your business capacity as a financial management. So highly recommended you to start the bookkeeping. This is a first step, I think, as a business owner. And I believe if you're a beginner, your transaction volume is really limited per month and not every day it's happen in any transactions. Usually 20 transaction per month if you a small business. Of course, if you become a bigger business, are more complicated. But if you're a beginner, you have very limited transaction. So it means it's easy to keep the bookkeeping itself. So just like a diary, and so in the end of the day or in the end of the week, and you just keep the diary, the bookkeeping, what you expend, what you gain as business income, and to like a memo. The end of the month, you can summarize up, depends on the item. Then you figure out your income, expenses, your buffer in like as a cash. Then if you continue 3 months or 6 months, in the end, you can get the average buffer in your hand. So if you have the buffer, for example, 1,000 ringgit, for example, per month as a buffer. So then usually we offering loan for 1 year, means 12 times you need to repay back. So as a buffer, you cannot fulfill, you cannot spend all the buffer as a repay back loan. So for example, 50%, you can repay back loan. So means 1,000, 50% means 500. So 500 multiple the 12 times totally becomes 6,000. So in this case, I suggest for 6,000 ringgit per year, you can repay back, almost successfully repay back loan. So I recommend you can borrow money, 6,000 ringgit from us with some interest rates. I believe interest rates, it's around 20% from us. And so it's not a big matter compared with the principal. So this is the method you can calculate, you can prepare your financial management, and you can calculate your estimate your amount of the amount of the loan from us. So don't be shy and don't be afraid too much, but I recommend it to have some preparation as a kind of start from the bookkeeping to figure out your buffer, and then start from 50% of your buffer. You can repay back loan or smaller than 50%. That's more for safe, and then you can roughly calculate it for your amount of loan. And then if you one cycle, if you repay back successfully after 1 year, you feel confident, oh, you can do it. Then maybe at that time, your income, I hope you expansion your income after 1 year as a business owner, then I think your buffer will be increased. So in this case, your next time, your accessibility, the amount of loan can be expanded, made more than 6,000. So that's the things, and you can increment your credibility, credit, then you can access more bigger loan in every year. That's the better cycle. If you have any concern, please visit us, and anytime we can open and we can discuss, and we can give it to some tips how to access the loan. Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you very
Thank you
much.
so much.
Thank you very much for your advice. I think I will keep in touch with you and also your staff for the further advice
Yeah.
in the future. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Firdaus. So, oh yeah, yes, Miss Veronica, do you have any?
No, I say only thank you very much.
Thank you,
Okay.
Veronica.
All right. Okay, so I believe we have a question from Mr. Vernon
Mhm.
in the chat box. So it's regarding what are the important documentations to prepare to strengthen approval of loan. Maybe you can answer this question.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much. I believe there are some documents. First of all, SSM as a commercial certificate from the government, and you officially to register your corporate. And also the another one is bank statement. It is most important document for us, and to it shows that we require the 6 months bank statement of your business usually. So then we can figure out your average income and expenses and buffers, and so that's the things as we also analyze in your capacities, and so those things. And also documentation, right? Other, of course, ID, but this is maybe all the money lenders require your IDs, and I believe this one. Yep. It's not the documentation, but we really really request for the psychometric test as one of the processing points. So you can visit open your account in our website. You can start your psychometric test and to analysis of your capacity or how much you can preparing as a psychometrically. So you can get the extra score from the psychometric test. So anyway, that's the things. And one more questions. Should we have collateral to better qualify? Currently we don't require any collateral. In the future, maybe yes, but now instead of collateral, we require some guarantor. So more a personally need to be insured. If you fail to repay back in a trouble, we request for the guarantor to repay back instead of you. So now we focus on more guarantor than collateral. So yeah, please prepare one guarantor if you apply loan. Thank you so much, Vernon.
Okay, thank you so much, Ms. Fumiko. And I think we have a questions also from Mr. Fahim. Chat box. Yeah.
Is any possibility for startup to get the business loan? Yes. As usually our requirement for the applicants is at least the 6 months business experience. So we cannot offer loan for the beginning. When you start, we cannot offering for the initial working capital. But after 6 months, we confirm your bank statement to your business already start to generate income. Then we start considering to the process or not. Then it depends. At least generate income and you have a buffer after it deduct from expenses. You should have cash buffer in the end in every month. Otherwise, you cannot repay back loan because this is the loan style. We choose the installment style of the loan. So every month you have a deadline for loan repay back on the schedule. So every month you should have some buffer at your hand. So those are the necessities. But if you have this buffer, definitely any startup can access a business loan. Next question. Joint venture with the company track record can use this track record to show to the banks. I think so, the track record. Oh, yes. We also have in this kind of bridge. So after graduation of our service, usually not only 1 year, depends on the banks. So some banks require the 1-year track record. We call the historical record, but some banks require the 3 years. So it very, very depends on the banks. But we highly recommend that the borrowers use our historical record to use your proof of your historical record. So we really willing to give you your historical record to support you and to apply loan from the banks in the future. So actually, we are here as a function, as a bridge between the beginner of your business and to more experienced of your business, because banks usually require 3 years working experience when you apply loan. So that's big requirement usually for a small entrepreneur, the young entrepreneur. So during these 3 years, please utilize us as a Binformatica, as a bridge financial institutions. We can offer in loan, a more convenient requirement. But after graduation, you creating the good credit from us, then we definitely submit your good credit score to your banks, future banks, and you can utilize as a good credit score. These are good questions. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much for all the questions. We are really thankful and really appreciate